Good morning and welcome to EWTN News' special live coverage of the Catholic Information Center's 4th annual Eucharistic Procession through the heart of Washington, D.C., the halfway point for the 2026 National Eucharistic Pilgrimage. I'm Catherine Hadro, anchor of EWTN News in Depth, and it is the 4th annual Eucharistic Procession hosted by the Catholic Information Center here in Washington, D.C., really inspired by the efforts of our U.S. church leaders and bishops to begin a Eucharistic revival. And you can see the procession is underway, in fact.
Yeah, a couple of other notes. We were talking about the humeral veil, we were talking about the monstrance, but also you can see what's called a baldacchino or a canopy, which is a way also of protecting and highlighting.
They're holding the monstrance with the Blessed Sacrament.
And the importance and prominence in a procession like this of incense.
Right. And also just a way of the burning of incense certainly again has ancient roots, even pagan roots, but it's been baptized by the church in her own
in June,
right,
when you could be doing anything else.
Yes.
Perhaps several thousand people have shown up in the streets of Washington, D.C. to process down the streets of Washington, D.C. with the Eucharist.
Yes, and joining them are what are being called the 9 perpetual pilgrims. So these are 9 young people who have committed this summer.
We went and visited the church, and so national shrine, local shrines, national shrines, this is something that people would do all the time. And why? Well, because it's a way of reminding us that even though we live in a particular place.
One of those really significant images to take away from any Eucharistic procession through the streets of D.C., passing the seats of power.
Yes.
Those institutions especially that need our prayer. And we think of the great patron saints of politicians, of Thomas More and others. But for all of us as Catholics, we pray for our elected leaders that they have the wisdom, the prudence, that they have the virtues.
Regardless of political party and affiliation, we have a responsibility to be praying for our political leaders, and we do.
His priest, his head had hands laid, his hands themselves have been anointed to be a personal and lifelong servant of Christ in the Eucharist. And you can see Father Charlie Gallagher, beloved pastor here in Washington, now has taken the reins of the procession, incensing the Blessed Sacrament. But I would say that's the experience of every priest.
And again, the procession has gotten to the second altar station in the heart of D.C. That is Father Charlie